and we have it set up in a little divided out, I guess. So you can see each individual operator station, and then over here against the wall, broken out by itself, is the lead-free area. And I don't know if anyone mentioned the word yet, RoHS. Okay, so, and all the green, everything, RoHS is designated by green. It's really important. We don't commingle any of the product, everything going into Europe, everything that's going to be in a consumer good. We're set up kind of open like this in case we need to have maybe an assembly line procedure. There's some products that benefit from that, you know, one person doing one thing, sliding it down, and there's some products that really are best just left to one person doing handwork on them. So we're set up like this so we can be as flexible as we need to be. If we've got something that's really big, and there's one product that we do the whole thing. We do the board, we do cables for it, and then we put it in a final box, and we actually box it up and send it out to our customer's final destination. They never even see. Our goal here is to get your products through as fast as we can, because time is money, right? So if we've got a whole bunch of boards like this, and we can put them through the next portion of the tour, which is the wave machine. That's where we're going to go, because it's a
back here, again, this is our surface mount area, is what we refer to it as. Surface mount is really just what it sounds like. It's the parts are, you have the circuit board, which has pads that are put on there, which is basically half of your solder, and then the components are put on top of that, placed by the machines here. So you take basically what the customer provides you, which is your bill of materials, Gerber files, which is what we actually make the bare board out of. We don't make the bare board. That's done by a multitude of different vendors, and then the CAD files that they provide. We can load that in to our system here. We have it's an Aegis software that takes all of that information and it compares it together. So it compares the bill of materials, what that says should be on the board, to is there actually a spot on the board for it. And it does an automatic run real quick, and it'll spit out a list of components saying, hey, you've got a spot on your board for this, but you don't have it on your bill of materials. Should it be there? So it's a quick, easy thing that we can do that we used to do manually and would take a long time, basically days, if not a week or two. And now we can do it in 15-20 seconds. Laying around. So this will come around and it'll hit there, and there, and it'll pick up 4 parts, and then it'll go back over to the board and set those 4 down. Over here, it's called the AOI, Automated Optical Inspection. So we'll take one board that we have deemed is perfect. We'll do a visual inspection on that. We'll look at component placement. We'll look at the solder joints to make sure they're good. There's no cold solder joints where it didn't get up to temperature and it didn't make a good connection. And what that spits out afterwards is it's got in its memory how it should look. So you can take the golden board out, you put your next one in, and it goes just like split second, taking a picture of each component again, comparing it to the golden board, and if anything's off or wrong, it'll pop up at the end after it's done.
We're kind of going to be talking about our stock room and the front end of the process. Most of the business is repeat business, so when an order comes in, so we'll kind of walk you through a little bit. It's not as flashy as the surface mount machines, still pretty nice.
Depends on your definition of flashy.
Yeah, that's so usually what happens when we get an order from the customer, PO comes in. It comes into sales. Sales will fill out a project worksheet that has all the information, how many they want, when they want it, if they're providing any of the materials, that sort of thing. That comes up to myself, to Chris, and to our technical department, so that we all start working on the order at the same time. So that we can, our goal is to feed this information back to the customer as quickly as possible to tell them this is the material availability, this is when we can deliver your product. So that's our goal, to react quicker to the orders.
So the orders come in and they're reviewed, placed into the system. If they're a production bill of materials, they'll be put into our ERP system. and that'll drive materials that we need to buy. Documentation.
Yeah, documentation a little bit. We've recently invested in a SIM software that allows us to do a couple of things. If somebody comes to us with a product that they've already designed, we'll use this software to marry the bill of materials together with the CAD design data to tell us if there's anything strange with the bill of materials, if there's parts not matched, things of that nature. This software will tell us that right away. We can feed back to the customer, so we make sure we get that material included with the order when we place the order. The software allows us to, but before when we were creating some documentation, this happens to be a View Plus book. You can see it's fairly complicated, lots of parts, takes a long time. Before, when we were doing this by hand, it would take us a week and a half. Now it takes us literally maybe 20 minutes to get this data together. So it just allows us to respond to the customers much quicker, much faster. From an order standpoint, we have our ERP system, and it's called Intuitive.
So once it's come out of here, if we are testing the product for the customer, then it's going to go to the room behind you. And Jenny, you want to walk over?
We have test fixtures in here that we have designed and run the procedures for. We have test fixtures in here that the customer has supplied us with and the procedures. So,
and there's a panel in the back that's a test fixture right now for a medical product that we're doing. It's going to be used in a therapy situation.
Eye coordination.
Eye coordination. So they time how it lights up, and they time how quick and how accurate you are with your selection of what's lit up. Do you have any questions about?
That's a nice screen, so that's maybe